The Euros is here, the transfer window's open, Chelsea are looking to do loads of business, it's all popping off.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
Namaste, dear sweet friends, welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. How's it going, mate? Are you okay? I hope you are, and if not, take a deep breath. Every little thing is going to be alright. Today in Chelsea news, little update on Esteban Willian. A big, well, not a big piece, but hopefully a good piece. That's what I tell the women. What a start. Jeez. Alright, let's just keep going. Forget that ever happened. A good piece on Romelu Lukaku, hopefully. Right, and Michael Olise, big talking point. Confirmation that we are willing to meet his release clause, that he wants to come to Chelsea, that we have all sorts of stuff. We're gonna, yes, Michael Olise, and I'm gonna show you the stats. Sorry, I've completely thrown myself early doors with that silly comment. I'm gonna show you understat and X value just to demonstrate how good this £60 million man is, who we tried to sign last summer. Huh? Strap yourselves in. Thank you for... I don't think it should be down there, the widget. What about here? What about over my face? You can't deny that. Look at it. Look at it. Subscribe. Thank you. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Hit the bell if you choose to subscribe. Let's get into it. All right. Positive update real quick. Fabrizio Romano tweets this about Esteban Willian, young Palmeiras player. Of course, Messinho, they call him. He got 2 assists last night. The young teenager winning 2-0 over Vasco da Gama, which is the club we bought Andre Santos from. Yes, he's got a bit quiet, but Romano confirms the plan to join Chelsea remains 100% on track. Chelsea and Palmeiras are just checking all the documents. All parties believe it's just a matter of days before it's signed. €40 million fixed. Oh my word. €25 million add-ons. So a deal worth up to €65 million. You might be thinking, boy howdy, Jan, that is a lot of euros for a teenager. But he's meant to be the truth, and we will, it's 40 million up front. What's that? 38 million quid? Peanuts. We will reflect on it in the future, and we might think, boy, what a bargain. Less than Cole Palmer's, first rate, or what's it called, base rate. Let me know what you think. Let's move on and get to the juicy stuff. Right, we'll speak to him about Olise. We'll speak to Olise. No, unfortunately, I don't have him on call. We will speak about him in just a moment. I do want to reference the Lukaku situation. Toymi and Johnson of The Athletic have written about it, with additional reporting from Serie A expert James Horncastle. It is a massive story. Lukaku cost 100 million quid. He gets paid a lot of money. He's a high-profile player. Let's see what's going on. Excuse me. For the second time in little more than 18 months, Chelsea are hoping Romelu Lukaku plays well enough for Belgium to grease the wheels of an exit that everyone wants. The particular endeavour did not go well at the World Cup in Qatar. Oh yeah, he came off the bench and just missed sitter after sitter against Croatia. I did actually a little flutter of sympathy for the Belgium striker when I watched that. Would you, Adam and Eva? Expectations are lower this time round. This is a squad built around the reduced remnants of the golden generation. But Lukaku, who scored 14 goals in 10 qualifying matches, will be integral to their fortunes again. Yeah, incredible form in the qualifying, you must say. Shining in Germany to a level that materially helps him bring a definitive end to his disastrous second spell at Chelsea is a very high bar to clear. So Clearlake Capital and Todd Bowley are adamant they will not sanction another loan next season. They are pushing to secure the full value of £38 million. The release clause, I heard it was more of a gentleman's agreement, but yeah, release clause they write here, when Lukaku went to Roma. But who will pay it, they ask? Prolonging his stay in Serie A on those terms looks optimistic. Roma pushed their financial limits to find the £13.5 million to bring Lukaku to the capital last season. The effort was partly to placate Jose Mourinho, who's of course been sacked in January. Inter have not forgiven him for ghosting them in the summer of 2023. I'm not going to go over how he behaved. What a knob he is. And Juventus have Dusan Vlahovic. Milan are looking for a striker, but have always balked at the transfer fee and salary commitments involved with any Lukaku deal. That leaves Napoli, who are expecting to sell Victor Osimhen and offer possibility, of course, the reunion with him and his daddy, Antonio Conte. A move to Napoli is absolutely possible, but without its difficulties. Osimhen is not the only player Napoli have ever signed for a free transfer. Napoli is the only player Napoli have ever signed for a transfer fee higher than the one Chelsea are demanding for Lukaku. Sorry, my English there. I mean, £38 million for Lukaku in Italy, where his stock's high. Come on! President Aurelio De Laurentiis has never sanctioned such a high level of financial investment in a player over 30 years old, because he's smart and a bit of annoyingly good businessman, should I say. There is the Belgium's gargantuan salary. Napoli have slashed their wage pool dramatically in the past 2 years, which was part of the motivation of sending Koulibaly to Stamford Bridge in 2022. That went well. The biggest limiting factor on Lukaku's market appeal is that he's 31 and 3 years removed from his last season of prime attacking production, working under Conte at Inter. Old and expensive is not the recruitment philosophy of any relatively few European clubs with the financial means to take Lukaku off their hands permanently. Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? It's really tough. There's no evidence Fenerbahce could be on the shortlist, even if they are now enthralled to Mourinho. He also played down the notion of unveiling this month. Yeah, he says, I'm not taking any players from Roma. He said that, didn't he, in his pre-match press conference. It's a little surprise, then, that Lukaku signalled a greater openness to the prospect of a Saudi Arabia move with the Belgian broadcaster VTM last week. He said, all right, Saudi Arabia won't stop me. The level will only increase to a much higher level than more people think. We've said this before. It's such copium, isn't it? More and more football players will tend to play there because of how the fans there experience football. More and more players would go there because they get lots of money there and they don't get the European moves they want. The infrastructure still needs to be improved, but all major European clubs know Saudi Arabia is coming. You've already seen, of course, the boxing, golf and Formula 1. True, but that's different, in my opinion. Lukaku added that he had been scared when first presented the chance to join the Saudi Pro League, unsure of the level of football. What will scare Chelsea more is the idea that he has to come around to the idea too late, when the options to agree a deal satisfies all parties. Yeah, look, man. This goes on and talks about Saudi to a big degree and all the clubs that could afford him. Let's just bring it on home. Lukaku, Napoli might sign him. He'd take reduced wages and we would not get the £38 million. We just wouldn't. What else is there? If PSG were interested, that would be good. I don't think they are. It's Saudi or bust, bro. Like, Lukaku does not want to come back to Chelsea. And that's why he's talking about Saudi Arabia now. He can't come back, can he? And he's not... Look, Lukaku is a good footballer. He plays really well under Conte. And that right channel, kind of transitional. He loves running towards goal. Enzo Maresca is going to want to have the ball, knocking it about loads, pass, not a big lump on the right side running into space. Lukaku's not a hold-up man, by the way. Everyone thought when he came to Chelsea it was going to be this big hold-up lump. But look at how he played his best football for Inter the 2 seasons before under Conte. He loves playing in that right channel. One of his best performances I've ever seen, he literally played right wing and there was a striker for Belgium. So, you know, yeah. Anyway, I digress slightly there. What's going to happen to Lukaku? I don't know, but you could put the farm on him not coming back to Chelsea. Alright, main event time. Michael Olise. So, a lot of people are talking about Noni Madueke, and we are going to as well. First of all, Noni Madueke has done an interview with Chelsea saying, I'm just going to train harder than anyone else. I'm going to be better than anyone else. Good mentality. And we need a bit of that after him demonstrating some childishness throughout the season, whether it's arguing for a penalty, stropping when it comes off. But there is a player there, and many people will be very happy for Noni Madueke to stay. Unless he can be used as a make-weight to sign Michael Olise. Sorry, bro. I think you're a great player. You might become an amazing player, but Olise, right now, is just better. And if look, I've said it here on the channel. I'm just going to quickly nail my colours to the mast here. I would keep Noni Madueke if we don't have to sell him. I feel like the right wing, if we sign Olise, could be Olise in the Premier League, and then, the Cups and Conference League. There's a lot of games in the Conference League. Give it to Noni and rotate as well. One comes off the bench, the other one comes off the bench. I've got no issue with having 2 right wings there, especially if Cole Palmer's going to theoretically play in this new sort of inverted attacking 8, right-sided 10 in Enzo Maresca's system. I've got no issue. Unless he makes it feasibility for us to sign Olise. Then, I wish nothing but the best for you to go to Palace. All right, I'll stop. Cy Phillips tweets, Newcastle have identified Noni Madueke as a target. This is coming from Mark Douglas. He's a Northern football correspondent. Matt Law, of course, The Telegraph, has also said Crystal Palace could ask for Noni Madueke if they want players in the Michael Olise deal. Now, to me, that makes so much sense. And I think that Noni Madueke should consider it. Because Palace is sick. If Eze doesn't go, if they keep Mateta up front, which I don't see why they wouldn't, and it's not like a Galactico sexy name, but Mateta ended the season like the best striker on planet Earth. And of course, Eze behind, you just need that to replace Olise, left-footed right winger. That's what Noni is, and he's young as well. Like, I feel like he'd actually see, stay in London, you don't have to leave London, great. Palace is a well-trodden path for Chelsea players. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, did he go to Palace? I think he did. Well, certainly Gallagher and Michy Batshuayi. Did Ruben Loftus-Cheek go to Palace? He went to Fulham. Crystal Palace. Yeah, he did go to Crystal Palace. I'm not having a moment there. So yeah, it's a well-trodden path, whether it's a loan or it's a sale. Like I said, it's local. You're no longer going to play for Roy Hodgson. You're playing for Glasner. It's exciting. The fans will see you and be like, can you be an exciting, dynamic, young right winger like Olise was for us? He can say, yes, I can. Chelsea could have a sell-on clause as well. It could be great. 20% sell-on clause. Come on. So look, yes, Noni Madueke, a wanted man, and rightly so. Rightly so. For both Crystal Palace and maybe a make-way part, what's the word? Part exchange deal? Is that what I'm looking for? Yeah, you know what I mean. I think that could work out really, really well. Ornstein reporting, David Ornstein, of course, big boy at The Athletic when it comes to transfers, saying, yeah, Chelsea are prepared to meet the £60 million release clause for Michael Olise. So it looks like we're favourites. Dare I say it? So I want to show you Michael Olise in numbers now, just for context. Firstly, let's show you this. Okay, so this is no shade on Noni. Can I move my camera out of the way? What is happening? Right, I'm just going to put me there. Is that right? So look, this is Understat, yeah? These are the numbers comparison for Olise and Noni Madueke. Now, it's a little bit unfair. Olise is more experienced. There's similar amount of minutes, of course. Olise was injured and Noni was rotated in and also injured. But, he's playing for Crystal Palace. And there was a lot of Hodgson there as well. So the only thing that Olise is better, Madueke is better than Olise, is the XG build-up in the 90, which is good. But as you can see, Noni's a well-rounded player. That's stats all along. There's no real dips in the middle. But, ultimately, Olise blows him out the water. Olise is a winger attacking midfielder, and he's got 0.7 goals per 90. XG 0.4 per 90. That's an elite return. He takes nearly 4 shots per game. High volume of shots. 0.42 assists per 90. That is incredible. So, a goal and an assist per 90, 0.7 plus 0.4. That is over a goal involvement. That's 1.12 goal involvements per game. That's insane. In fact, Noni Madueke is a little bit unfair. Let's just see what Cole Palmer is saying, because Well, not unsurprisingly, Cole Palmer is the greatest player in the world. Let's have a look here. So, as you can see, similar goals per 90. Remember, Cole is on penalties as well, which I believe will be included. But Cole Palmer's expected goals per 90, again, that does include penalties, and they're both really, really creative. Cole Palmer slightly wins. Let's see what Michael Olise wins with. Olise wins with expected assists per 90. He wins with shots per 90, very high volume of shots, and he thinks just on the same as key passes, both very creative. This just goes to show how much Cole Palmer is the Superman and influential player for Chelsea. Though I will reiterate and remind you that I don't think this is going to be the case next season when we play Maresca's football. It won't be Pochettino's. Cole can do whatever the hell he wants. It'll be more systemic. But these are both amazing players. And lest we forget, right? I know Chelsea was still like embryonic and developmental, but it's still Chelsea versus Crystal Palace. And Olise was still doing this for Crystal Palace. And it wasn't always Oliver Glasner as well. So maybe they're of a similar level. And it kind of poses the question, why not both? Why can't we have both these guys in the Chelsea team and have a ruddy, lovely time? Right, I also want to show you this. So this is xvalue.ai, and this is Michael Olise here. Of course, very young, 22, part of the the Chelsea project age profile. He's an attacking midfielder. I'm gonna move my webcam again so you can see his heat. Oh God, so you can see his heat map. I'll stay down here. As you can see on my right hand side, his heat map, he loves that right wing position. He's not like Noni. He won't get to like the byline and cut back as much. He kind of wants to operate on that right hand pocket, which very much is what Cole Palmer likes to do. But if they sort of swap from the cam position to right wing, you feel like maybe they could make it work. Let's have a look at his stats. Yeah. So per 90, yeah, exactly, bro. Per 90, his direct goal involvement is 1.13. That, ladies and gentlemen, is quite frankly ruddy insane. 1.13 goal involvements per 90. Attempted passes, nearly 43 per game. He's got a good pass ratio, 83. You think that would go up. Playing for Chelsea. I'm just going to have a quick look at advanced stats here as well. He's in the 89th percentile for expected goals. I thought it'd be higher than that, actually, as a winger. I'm going to move my camera for the final time. I'm going to sit down there. Yes, as you can see here on his polar chart, he's called a one-to-one explorer. That sounds quite perverse. He's really good at successful dribbles, quite good at crosses. His expected threats incredible. His expected carries, everything's incredible, basically. Yeah, as you can see, like I said, he doesn't get to the byline much and cut back. I said that a second ago, and this is demonstrated here in his successful cutbacks. But that will be largely because it's not getting the best out of him, man. You know, you want him to just come inside and score and assist and threaten. I wonder if we will see more cutbacks next season, but still, what a player, man. As you can see here, expected assists, he's in the 98th percentile, top 2% in his position, and he's only 22 years old, and a 96th percentile in open play. Expected assists, incredible. What a player. What a baller. And yeah, man, look, I've got no issue keeping Noni Madueke and buying Michael Olise. I'll say that now. But at the same time, if it works, I've got no issue with making Noni Madueke part of the Crystal Palace deal. And look, man, obviously he's happy at Chelsea. He probably wants to make it work at Chelsea. But I don't think he's particularly a Chelsea fan. I know he's in the Tottenham Academy. I think he just wants to, he's just an ambitious kid. He wants a top level career. Palace might be the perfect move. You might start every week in the Premier League and do what Olise is doing under Glasner, linking up with Mateta and Eze. Why the ruddy heck not? Anyway, I put it out to you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the content and you enjoyed looking at that insight from the data. Let me know. Let me know how you feel. Let me know if you like the content. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Keep it locked. I'll be back later. Stuff's popping off all the time, so I can't wait to see you back here. All right. Peace.